Okay, so where we left off,
Where did
the party escapes from Vorag, the black dragon of the Mirror of Dead Men, ran along the path that Spruce so cleverly grew on the way to the goblin, broke into the tunnel on the other side of the part that collapsed whenever they were coming into the cave, and then followed it and found out that it led to a a Lizardfolk village that their goblin friend, who is currently papoose to Reef, knew about. Glowing and papoose.
I will say, once we came out of the cave, I would have dismissed the light.
Okay, fair enough. But either way, the party finds itself at the spear point of a vanguard of Lizardfolk who told them that they are intruders and they will now be judged. And currently the party is being guided into the village, so everything's going as planned.
Yep. Hands up are like, well, this is going brilliantly already.
It's really not.
It's called sarcasm, Reef. Sarcasm.
I know.
Diplomacy is a fickle thing, says Sildar Winter.
This guy gets it.
You know, it's probably best if we don't all keep talking. I don't know if they can understand common. They might think we're doing something we shouldn't, so we should probably all stay quiet. Let Sona do the talking.
That's probably very smart. And
that's what the 17 intelligence gets you.
And as you speak in common, you do get just like a little like from the spear in the back to keep you moving forward. And Sona, you definitely hear them say, "No talking" in Draconic. So they take you into the inside the fence of the, and you see the layout. You see that there's, like I said, not really a path per se, but like a well-worn trail through the village. And you see that it actually splits off just inside the gate. There's a path that seems to go off out another gap that you didn't see before, and one that just kind of wends its way through the village. Inside, you can see that there are cooking fires, large ones mostly. And like I said, that there are these buildings that are sort of made of logs that have clear gaps in them. And then there are several of these long houses. And then you now see that you're inside. There are a couple of low huts as well inside the bounds of the village. And they are guiding you to the center. And Sona, you understand them. They are shouting in Draconic. They are shouting intruders. Intruders to be judged.
Well, that can't be good.
I'm just gonna like nudge Cooper in the ribs. Just try to get him to be quiet.
It's fluffy.
Yeah, it's very fluffy. Yeah. It's soft. You get 1 hit point back for that.
I'm very fluffy. Very soft.
You are very fluffy.
I am a well-groomed rabbit.
So you're led to the center of the village, and out of one of the huts, the entrance to it faces directly into the central part of the village. And a Lizardfolk walks out of it. Scales are darker in color. The Lizardfolk that brought you sort of simple jewelry, feathers. They're all kind of wearing simple clothes, but you see that his are maybe just like a little more intricate, I guess you could say. Not like great, but it definitely demarks him as someone who is important to this village. And he says in Draconic, what is this? What he says, Aerith, what is this? To the guard who has the green and brown scales. And the guard with the green and brown scales says back, Father, they were intruding through the tunnel, as the goblins did. They must be punished.
We can't do anything because none of
we
us
don't
understood that.
understand.
Yeah, I'm
Sona
thinking.
understands.
Sona's the only one who understands what's happening. So,
Okay, yeah.
In
that's
Draconic,
fine.
I want to just kind of pipe up and say, I heard we would be judged, not punished.
And the one that you now know the name of is Aerith, which you also know is the Draconic word for war. He says, silence. You have intruded on our village. We will not stand for this. No longer. No longer. We lost our outpost. We will not lose our village. You carry one with you. And
Is he pointing to the goblin?
yeah, he's pointing to Jarl, and he says, you carry one. You are in league.
Does anyone speak common here? Anyone?
You can have him. You can have him. I don't need him.
I do hope you see that this creature is bound and held against its will to my comrade.
A clever ruse, says Aaron.
Anyone speak common? Anyone at all?
She's stupid, right?
The elder statesman here, the one that's more fancily dressed, he says, calm yourself, Aerith. And he turns to face Sona, who he knows now speaks Draconic, and he says, what is your business in our village? What has brought you here?
Oh God.
Do you recognize the name Vorag Hamanthar?
Yes.
It's an easy name. I
great
don't know why
worm.
you're struggling.
Yes, we recognize Vorag here. He is a protector of our village, the Great Worm. And all of the lizard folk that are currently present. Now you see that there are lizard folk standing in the doorways as well. And you see that some of them, the ones in the log houses near the end, they're dressed like the ones that have you. They have pauldrons on. They have shields at their sides. But the rest of them seem to be dressed very simply. You think that they're probably not fighter kind of people. You think that they're just sort of like villagers. But as he says, the Great Worm, you see they all kind of like do some gesture of reverence. Some of them it's just like a head bow. Some of them it's like a face touch. But it's sort of just like this gesture of reverence whenever he says Great Worm.
Well, it's good that you know of his name. I was just curious because, from my understanding, the ones, including this one here, that had attacked you before, well, they no longer exist now, thanks to us.
Oh.
I cannot read what that says.
It says it says we're boned.
Okay, so you say this, and he says, you destroyed the goblins?
Correct, and she will kind of... Does he speak in a more formal manner, or is it still like...
It's still the Brooklyn, but
Yeah.
it's more let's say that his is more Manhattan. It's a little more understandable and a little more proper than
It's more.
the other.
I don't want to
Lizard.
say educated, but like elderly in a sense.
Yeah, it's definitely a more formalized version, and you think that probably comes with his rank in this village.
Yeah.
Just based on visual cues, you would assume that he has some rank and pull here in the village.
We merely saved isn't the correct word, but kept the life of this one because he is leading us to their stronghold, to which we will continue. I am just not getting the words right now.
Extermination.
I was thinking like the duties
Slaughter.
of
The slaying of.
the duties of Vorag, or like his will, Vorag's will.
You
Duty.
yeah. And Aerith will say, you presume to know the will of Vorag?
I do not. However, I have not been struck down yet, have I?
That remains to be seen.
Oh, we're gonna be judged. Oh. boy.
And the elder, he will say, how do you know the name of the Great Worm? Gesture of reference.
Oh, we just
Gesture.
saw him.
I have come to witness of the Great Worm and my associates.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I have taken witness of the Great Worm and my associates
So
know history of him.
the worm led you here.
In a sense. After we had dispatched the goblins in the cave, we were on our way back to the road and fell into a tunnel, and there was no way to escape.
I see.
I'm being straight with him now.
Janky,
Yeah.
I want it to be known if he tries to roll insight on anything Sona's saying, I will use my second portent to give him a 6.
Okay, fair
they
enough.
If they don't, I'm saving it. I'm just saying, just so you don't roll it before I can
The
say.
only thing is, would you understand that he would?
It applies to what the player can see, I guess, not the character. As long as the character can see it, the player can do what he wants.
I don't know how it works.
Well, because it can be on a check, save, or attack, and I don't know what an enemy is making half the time, so I assume it's just what I determine.
Fair enough. Yes, yeah. So as you're standing here explaining this, you see another lizard folk, except this one comes out of the hut that is next to the hut the shaman came out of. And you see that this one has goggles on their head, and they're wearing a leather apron over top of their simple clothes. And they say, "Father, what's the commotion?" And the elder says, "Daughter, we are questioning these intruders who have been guided here by the Great One." And she says, "Oh." And then she switches to common, and she says, "Welcome to our village."
Oh, thank God, someone that can speak common.
Sona's going to sigh and say, "Okay."
I may translate for you if you would.
Please do.
Thank you.
So, and she kind of only half heard the conversation through the door of her hut. So you were guided here by Vorag. Is that my understanding of what's happening?
I'm gonna look over to Sonus.
In a sense.
You look over to who?
God
To who?
damn it!
Who?
It's such an easy name. I don't know. Trouble.
I'm gonna look over to Sona and see if she gives me any sort of like.
No. He
I already
did not.
said in a sense.
Yeah, he did not guide us. After we had finished with the goblins, we left of our own volition.
Okay. And then she switches to Draconic, and you hear her say to her father, they say that the dragon did not guide them here. And then her father says back, but they say that they witnessed the dragon. So, what do you mean when you say you witnessed the great worm? And she will convey in a triangular fashion back and forth.
He was...
Basically, assume that anything the elder said, the daughter is translating at this point.
Oh, he was in the cave where we all were, and was basically wrecking house of all the other goblins and their bugbear leader.
Was the worm chasing you? Were
No.
you his prey?
We were not.
Again, I ask you, what is your purpose here in this part of the mirror?
We are
Honestly,
just passing
we
through.
felt.
Sorry.
Honestly, we came into a tunnel because we needed a way to get back to the road. We did not realize it would bring us to your village. We were simply looking to exit.
Now, of course, you all clearly have your weapons on you. Obvious. And so the Lizardfolk with the goggles on her head, she will turn to her father and she will say, well, these are clearly adventurers. Perhaps they were guided here by Vorag to help us with our difficulties in the field. And her brother, who still has a spear, he says, no, they were clearly the prey of the great dragon, and they have escaped him. We must return them, and so not draw his wrath.
Ooh, do I want to play this?
And then the
No,
elder
I'm not gonna
says,
play it.
is there anything you wanted to throw in there?
I was going to kind of like do a backhand remark to him, being like, "You dare doubt the speed and audacity," but I'm not going to say it because I don't know enough.
Okay, fair enough. And the elder says, this has given us much to consider. We must deliberate. We will retire you to one of our places of rest, under guard. And my daughter and my son and I will discuss what is to become of you.
Okay.
That's fair.
I do appreciate your most humble offerings.
And he acknowledges this. And his daughter will say, I will take them. They may stay in my hut. And her brother says, no. They will stay in the barracks with the soldiers. And the elder turns to his daughter and he says, your hut is too valuable to our village to put risk in letting strangers into it. We will keep them in the barracks.
Valley.
And he'll be... So they'll guide you down, past on your way into the village first buildings. They'll take you inside, and it's, like I said, it's like a longhouse, so the roof is arched in. There are low walls, and you see that it's actually built up off the floor. You suspect because it's very muddy and gross here in the mirror. and they want to sleep in a dry place. And you see that there are just sort of mats on the floor. Not really any kind of like furniture or anything. Just some like simple low tables. And
I would have taken Jarl off and dropped him in a corner.
Okay.
Just drop.
And he'll just sit there and contemplate his future as a dragon snack. And
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, are we alone?
Yeah, so there are 2 guards outside the door, and the door is just sort of like a very curtain kind of door, like a piece of fabric was hung over. But there are 2 guards standing outside of it, and the rest of the guards, whenever you came in, they sort of cleared out.
That could have been worse.
Thanks for
right.
speaking on our
I have a
behalf,
plan.
Sona. Oh, you're welcome, guys. Oh,
It's all
we're
right.
having such
I
a
have a
great
plan.
time.
Sona, we were getting there. Please don't be snarky.
See, like I said, you're just particularly moody.
You know, it's not nice to point these things out, especially to a lady.
Oh my god, I forgot Sonus was a woman.
Sona.
Sona! God damn it, I hate everything.
How did you forget that?
I don't know.
Anyway.
We play so
Anyway.
in between, showing how the sausage gets made. Anyways.
It's literally 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, but
Not even that long ago.
Yeah, but the first time we heard anything about each other was way back.
We've been pretty regular for these last few sessions.
Well,
That's
let
what
me
notes
tell
are for, man.
No.
You gotta take...
Literally everyone here has it.
I am a female ladrin, and my hair changes based on the season that I'm currently in.
Rapid. Winter represent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm gonna untie Jarl.
that might not be the best idea, Spruce.
Leave him tied up,
What?
Spruce.
He's proved nothing but help. He's fine. He's earned this. What's he
Fine.
gonna do? Try to run away in the lizard village, and he's just guaranteed to get killed then.
He's
That's fair.
small and wily. I wouldn't trust him.
His best way to survive is to stick with us right now.
You can trust Jarl.
Insight check.
See, we can trust Jarl. I'm also good at insight check.
I am
Okay.
insight checking.
Yeah, go ahead.
I did not roll. 10.
18.
You got some major puppy dog guys going. You don't think he's going to run away through a village of lizardfolk. You think that he's not dumb enough to do that.
Alright, let him out.
I was say his arms must be pretty cramped after being in there for almost 24 hours.
When you untie him, he just starts doing like 80s aerobics, just like the
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Gotta stretch those arms out. I get it.
stretch it, yeah. And you have to remember, he's a goblin. He's like 2 feet tall, so he's very small.
He's Winnie the Pooh doing his stoutness exercise.
Yes.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
So do we have a plan at all?
Well, I have one if things go pear-shaped.
I think
That would be...
Alright, so, if worse comes to worse, and they decide to execute us, well then what I'm going to do is I'm going to beg and plead that my last words be the puka prayer of eternal life, and just say that it's a death ritual that must be... This isn't real, by the way. This is a
hold
ritual
on.
that must
Hey,
be
Janky.
performed.
Hold on.
Yes.
Everyone stop for 5 seconds. Janky.
Yeah.
Because he's just saying all of this out loud and there are right outside the door, I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark and say that you're pretty close to rolling to see if they're hearing this. If that ever comes up, then Porton will trigger and they will get a 6.
To be fair, I assume that you're talking in common,
Yeah.
unless you tell me otherwise.
Yeah,
And they
no,
only
I
speak
suddenly
Draconic.
learned Draconic.
I don't know if they can understand common or not.
That's fair.
Just because they speak it doesn't mean they might not understand.
Anyway.
Maybe it's a second language.
So,
Anyway,
this isn't an actual thing that pukas do. But anyways, I'll just start performing and literally never stop, and that's my plan.
perform.
I kind of want to appeal to the guards.
Perform until what? Just, I mean,
Just never stop performing.
that is not gonna work.
I have one question.
I have one answer.
Why is pear-shaped a bad thing?
You know, I was thinking the same thing,
Pears are
and then
delicious.
I got hungry.
Pears are actually pretty delicious.
Why would something going pear-shaped be bad? Because pears are great.
Oh my god.
Amazing.
Anyways.
Incredible.
Seriously though, that isn't going to work.
Well,
Perform. You perform for a time. They break whatever instrument you're using and kill you. That does not help us at all. I'm sorry.
Now I just want a pear.
Right?
then legitimate plans. I can charm my way out of here. I can disguise myself. I can cast sleep. I can do a number of things I can get out of here with. I don't know necessarily if it would benefit many of you.
I would like to do something.
Sure.
I would like to walk up to the door,
Okay.
kind of peek my head out, and ask the guards in Draconic if they have any pears.
Yeah, you can.
Do they respond at all in a positive manner?
I mean, do you want pears?
I'm asking for pears. Because,
They have-
for one,
they have
I'm a
fruit.
vegetarian. And then it sounded like Spruce wants some.
I mean, yeah, they will treat you fine until
Yeah.
the three important people in the village come to a decision. So yeah, they don't have pears though, because pears don't grow in the mirror.
Oh.
They have like star fruit and dragon fruit.
Once they provide that to me, I will compliment their scales.
One will blush. No.
Oh,
No, they don't have any particular reaction. They just kind of hand you the pears and then,
I still do it.
I think our best option, honestly, at this point, is to just wait and see what the three decide.
And then find our way out of here. Couldn't agree more.
If it's decide favorably, then we go, no problem. If things get bad,
Spruce.
we try to fight our way out. I mean, we could try to break out of here right now. I doubt we'd make it out of the village. We probably wouldn't make it out of here after. So, if there's the possibility it goes favorably and we get to just leave, we might as well try that. The only thing I'm worried about, is that they worship Vorag. They are going to judge and punish us, which to me means they're probably going to feed us to him. And I don't want to be fed to a dragon.
Why isn't this saying everything goes starfruit shit?
God damn it.
I mean, starfruit's also delicious, admittedly. But it's
They're actually not.
a lot
Have you
more
ever-
distinct.
Out of character, have you ever actually had a starfruit? They are not delicious.
I have. I like it.
No.
I like
They are
starfruit.
not good in any way. Maybe the one I got went bad. I don't know.
You might have had a bad starfruit.
I might have.
The one I had was delicious. It's just like it's like a grape and an apple had a delicious star-shaped baby.
it's just a grapple, is what you're saying.
grapples exist.
No, a grapple or a grapple or whatever you want to call it is just an apple that's injected grape juice.
It's a grapefruit and an apple. It's those two things. Anyway,
You gotta love this deep fruit conversation.
yeah, it's great.
Fruit!
I just really
Sildar,
want to sell the fact that Spruce is not paying attention to the
Oh no,
conversation. that's going on.
we got that.
I just wanted to make sure.
I'm kind of 50-50 right now.
Sildar will chime in and he'll just say, it is important to respect the village earns respect in turn. I think that you did an excellent job respecting the elder. We can only hope that we have earned some respect.
Oh, the elder seemed like a pretty nice guy, all, and one of the goggles was. She even spoke common, so that's gotta mean something good. I don't know. She wore goggles. That's the most distinguishing feature. Better. I mean, sure, the spear guy didn't seem like he was too fond of us, but
yeah,
I was saying, 2 out of 3's not bad.
It's not. It's really not.
It's still not good odds to bet on.
Well, it's also better to gain a friend than to gain an enemy.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna have to agree with both of them. There is no possible way we could actually fight, charm, or sneak out of here.
We're on their turf. We gotta play by their.
Yeah. If it goes bad, maybe put up a fight. If not, then it works out in our favor.
If that means getting eaten by a dragon, at least the dragon's getting a good meal.
The guards will
Spruce,
lean back in.
Sorry, go
ahead. You can go ahead and say what you're going to say. The guards are just going to lean back to you, but you can say whatever they want.
Spruce, I wish I could live in your head for like 10 minutes.
So the guards peek in and they gesture to you. And Sona, you understand that they say the elders have reached a decision.
That was a lot shorter than I thought it'd be.
It was, wasn't it? So you're guided back out into the central square, and you see the 3 elders of the village. The bronze-scale lizard, and his daughter and his son. One dressed in goggles and a leather apron, and in a pauldron. Something. And you're presented to them, and the daughter says, we have come to a decision. It has been decided that you have been guided here by the Great Worm. And she makes a gesture, and her father makes a gesture, and her brother just derisively. And it has been decided that you have been guided here to help us with our problems. So, you may help us with the problems that we are facing in our field. And that is our decision.
What sort of problems?
We have long been troubled by another peoples who live in this one. They are called Bullywug, frogmen. They have taken our fields, and we wish to have them back. We need them so that we may trade and get supplies that we need for our village, that it cannot be harvested here in the Mere.
All right, kill a bunch of frogmen. I think that's fine.
Agreed. Well, we'll do it.
We'll set out right away. Yes. I start moving in a direction.
They didn't tell us
any direction.
Cooper, hold on, please.
Two guards who are standing close by cross spears in front of Cooper.
And I just walk back to the group.
Yeah.
Where will we be going? Can you give us some directions?
I will guide you there. This is still the daughter talking. I will guide you there. I have been appointed as your guardian for this task. I will show you to our fields, where you will help us take care of the boy. After which, you will be guided by one of our scouts to the high road.
Thank you, ma'am.
And she just kind of, okay, sure. And then she gathers up a small posse of 3 of the Lizardfolk people, the soldiers. And her brother just looks on all of this disdainfully. And he says, but the goblin must stay.
Sure, take him. I just shove you all
Wait,
forward.
does she translate that for us?
Yeah, she'll stop and she'll say, we had not yet come to a consensus on what must happen to the goblin. We
Actually get rid of him.
we must judge him separately from you, for he has committed direct crimes against us. He has aggressed us, and so we must determine what is appropriate for his aggression.
Oh, but we need him to tell us where the other goblins are so we can find our other...
Then he may be collected when you return.
I'm just saying, please take that into consideration.
It will be taken into consideration.
Thank you.
They cannot reach a consensus. They may not reach a consensus if the Council of 3 is not. I am going with you. No consensus may be reached on the goblin. However, this matter in the fields is pressing, and we wish to expedite the process.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Lead the way.
Excellent. So she will take you out the far side of the village, and you see that there's a path that sort of wends through the tree. And she is very sure-footed in her way. Roll me perception check for Cooper and Reef.
And who?
Reef. Cooper and Reef.
7.
You said perception?
Yes.
12?
12? Okay. Yeah, she just seems very confident in where she's going. You suspect it's just because that she's walked this path 100 times before. But eventually...
Can I walk up to her, or can I get close to her?
Yeah, I mean, there's always a guard next to her, but you don't think that attack you just for approaching her.
I'll come up beside her real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. Don't know if this is rude or not, but I wanted to ask you about why you're wearing the goggles while you're wearing goggles. She doesn't seem to. Do you need them for work, or?
It is not a rude question. I wear them for what I do for the village. I process the plants when we harvest them, so that we may trade.
You need to wear goggles for that?
It is a potentially dangerous process. It was a near thing, I will tell you that. My brother is not... he is not one for outsiders. Our eldest brother may be more reasonable, but he is gone from the village. And since my brother has run the village guard, he is aggressive for outsiders. If I had not been in the village, you may have been sent to the altar.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you were there then.
Don't be.
I'm not. We're not dead yet, so glad for that at least.
I saved you because the bullywugs are a problem, and adventurers are useful. This does not constitute friendship.
We're disposable.
I wouldn't expect it to.
Good.
We're here for a job. We'll do the job, and we'll get what we get when we finish it.
Excellent.
Let's go.
All right. Would anyone else like to talk to the Lizardfolk lady?
I would want to ask in Draconic what her
Sure.
name is.
She says that her name is. She says that her name is Thetis, which you know in Draconic means the wise. She says that she is Thetis, daughter of Throdon.
Are you saying Thetis or Thetis?
Thetis,
Thetis.
daughter of Throdon, which you know means many.
Means what?
Many?
Many.
Yes. Like father of many.
And what was his name?
Throdon. Throden.
What time is it? Oh, wow.
Okay.
Anything else?
No.
That was the main thing I wanted.
Okay. And you continue walking, and soon the mangrove trees start to spread and sort of break up. And then before long, you find yourself at the edge of the trees, and you're looking out onto what appears to be some sort of mud flat. And they go on for a stretch, but beyond them you can see the sea. So you have reached the seaward edge of the Mirror of Dead. And you see that there are fences, kind of like what you saw at the village, spiked defenses around certain square patches of this mud field. And you can see small frogmen standing around the fence, looking
They're just
very
standing
self-important. Yeah, they're just kind of like keeping an eye on things. They're mostly keeping an eye on the tree. You guys are far enough back that you're not immediately visible, but they're keeping an eye.
Is that what we're looking for?
Yeah, Thetis will say, yes, they came here a 10-day ago. We're short-handed. My brother is leading the village guard. The goblin raid occurred. My elder brother is away with several other village guards, as I said. And they simply came in and took over the field as if it was... And we simply do not have the hands to deal with this problem. That is why we need you.
I do need to ask,
Yes.
just because I'm curious, have you attempted diplomatic solution?
The Bullywug are not a diplomatic.
Had to ask.
Also, what is diplomat?
Coming to
Have you tried
the
to
same decision.
Have you tried to talk out your problems?
Oh, the Bullywug do not talk. The Bullywug attack.
That's what I figured. I think we should just deal with this and move on, guys.
The Bullywug lavish in themselves. They are a pointless people.
How big is a bullywug?
A Bullywug, it's, I don't know, it's
They're not huge.
2 or
They're
3 feet, right?
yeah, it's like maybe 2 feet tall. It's
Yeah,
not,
so,
it's
yeah.
not huge.
Like, they're
Cannot
not big.
disguise self into one.
No, you probably wouldn't be able to.
So let's go deal with it.
All right.
I mean, they're considered a medium humanoid.
Oh, okay.
They're probably
yeah, I
about
guess
dwarf
they're
sized then, I'd assume.
Yeah, they're probably like dwarf size then.
I'll just start stealthing my way forward.
Okay.
Hey, how many are
There are.
Oh, wow. So apparently, real quick, it says they can vary in size from smaller than the average human to about 7 feet in height.
Never mind. They're about human size. It's even more terrifying.
So, do we want me to change into one of them?
No,
And
just
there-
kill them.
And there are about 8 of them.
Do you speak bullywug?
Nope.
Probably not going to do anything then.
Yeah. Yeah, there are about 8 of them. You see that 4 of them are kind of patrolling along the outside of the fence. And 4 of them are inside of the fence, and it looks like they're just like churning up the mud.
What do
And,
they
like,
appear to be armed with? Do they have weapons?
They do. They appear to be armed with spears.
Okay.
Just spears?
Yep, just spears.
How far away are they?
Oh, they're probably about, let's say 60 feet away.
And we should probably keep them at a distance while we can.
I can hit them right now.
I can as well.
Do you want to go first?
Sildar and I can be ready for when they get close.
Sure.
Alright. Sona and I can take care of it at
I figure make them come to us.
Cooper, what about you?
I mean, I can stay here. If you want me to go forward, I can. It's up to you guys.
I
Stay.
think we should.
You do. How about you could probably do close range with Sildar and Bruce, while Sona and I draw them in.
All right,
Are
very
the
well.
Lizardfolk guards fighting with us, or are they just there to make sure we don't do anything?
One of them is specifically protecting Thetis. You don't know if she's going to fight with you or not. She has a weapon with her. So in
We're
the
definitely
brief time
in-
you've known her, you
we're
don't think
including
that
her
she's
with
one to
the
just
planning.
stand. Yeah.
You guys ready?
Yep,
Oh.
let's do this.
What weapons do the guards have? Just spears?
The guards
They have bows.
we
they
should
need to be ranged.
javelins,
I would say we should
And
ask.
they
We should
have-
actually come up with a plan.
clubs.
Joe speaking, not Spruce, because
Yeah.
Spruce isn't one for planning.
So javelins and clubs.
Yes.
So they can throw javelins from a range.
They could,
And
yeah,
they have
they could-
shields.
and shields. So they could probably do that while Sona and I take shots, and then when they come charging at us,
We should ask them if they plan on fighting with, so we know what our numbers are.
true. I'll turn to Thetis, I guess. Like, you were all fighting with it.
Yes.
We're just making sure. Okay. Have your men, I guess, ready their javelins.
Women.
I don't know. I fucking didn't know. Why didn't you say that when you described them?
I mean,
They're
Yeah.
lizards. They're just lizards to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. They can throw if they can throw their javelin. You're at winter right now.
I am at winter, yes.
My white-haired friend and I also do shots from a distance. Get in. Our other friends here start. Your people can join in.
Okay. Sounds good.
I don't know how many we'll end up dealing with, but with this many of us, we'll probably be okay.
Yeah. It'll probably be fine.
Sona,
Okay.
are you ready?
Sure. I want to get to a position where I can get like behind a tree, but still take shots.
Yeah,
I'm
that's easy
standing.
enough.
I'm standing with the.
Okay.
I'm working with Sildar and Cooper, apparently, and we're making a fail to defend the
Okay.
Reef, mostly.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
I guess I'll go first, just surprise.
Well, we should probably have Sona go first, because sneak attack.
Did you?
Sneak
I'll turn
attack.
to Spruce. I'll turn to Spruce.
I can't hear you, Tom.
I didn't
Oh,
catch any of that.
Sorry,
You kinda-
I said Spruce. Did you tell? Give this again.
The signal.
Cut out again.
I asked if you told her to give the signal again.
I just assume she's gonna do what she's gonna do, and we're gonna be ready to start.
Fair enough.
Okay.
All
I'm
right.
going to shoot at one of them. And I would like to attempt to shoot at one that isn't, for one, paying attention, and two, is like the furthest of the group.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. The furthest is probably like at the max range, normal range of your bow. So not the disadvantage range, but just the regular range.
Okay.
Go ahead, though.
That's going to be 26 to hit.
Excellent. Guess what? You hit it. Good job. Go ahead and tell me that damage.
With that lovely sneak tactic.
Your die is being amazing to me, Joe. Just want to say. 3 times I've rolled it, always 6. But it's going to be 6 points of piercing damage right off the bat.
Okay.
Your sneak
And
attack is also
then-
piercing.
Yeah. And then an additional 6 points from sneak attack. So a total of 12.
Okay. So describe to me how you take out the bullywug.
Wow. Okay.
I kind of like put my thumb, judge distance, and I watch it just arc.
Amazing.
That's the signal.
Excellent. Okay. Everybody roll for initiative.
And bonus action hide.